Introduce myself first.
Yeah.
My name is Simeon. Okay, I hope
Thank you.
everyone is hearing me. I'm Simeon Oloyo. I'm the director of PVG Training and Educational Consult Limited. Now, we are based in Manchester, okay, but we also operate in London and have,
Okay.
yes, some partnership over there. Okay, hi everyone. Okay, I can see some faces now. Okay. Sorry you can't see me. I'm so sorry for that. I'll be seeing you next week. I work towards that. Okay. Face to face, if possible. All right. So PVG training is an educational institution. We're a training center and we major in vocational courses and we run vocational courses right from entry level up to level 7. Level 7 being equivalent to a master's degree. Okay, as you will understand, in the United Kingdom, we have both the academic route and the vocational route. Okay, so your children can decide to go through to GCSE and then the college and then straight to uni. Okay, but when you get to, in relation to adults, when you are 18, you cannot follow that route anymore. So the vocational courses are provided both to cover the apprenticeship and also for adult learners. So you can choose to be working and studying at the same time, and you can actually be working and achieve your qualifications up to the master's degree, as we all know. So we offer courses in health and social care. We major strongly in health and social care. Well, could that be because that's my area of specialism? Possibly, but also I think a lot of our clients are more interested in that. We also offer a couple of business courses, functional skills. Let me see how to share my screen with you here. Uh, Open share tray. Yep. Okay. I'm not too familiar with Teams. I work more with Zoom. Okay. Um, okay. Just a second. Window. All right. Great. Yeah, that's true.
Maybe you can quickly email me so I can open it. Is
Can you
better.
can you see it?
We can't see it. No, not
No,
yet.
we
You
can't.
I think you
can't.
can put it.
Oh gosh.
Yeah, now we can see it. Yes.
Now you
Okay.
can see it.
Yes, perfect. That's fine.
Interestingly, how come you can't see my face there, but you can see you can see what
You
I'm
see,
sharing? Oh my
we can see you.
god.
You are flying.
You can see me flying.
Thank you.
Okay. So at least you can see this. So we deliberately, intentionally put that flying eagle there because that represents the vision and the goal and the mission of the training center, the college, PVG Training Educational Consult Limited. We put we give you wings so you can be able to soar, to fly. We believe that the major purpose in education is to help people achieve so they can move to the heights they have dreamt, where they've seen themselves, either through career progression or academic progression. Okay. The ultimate goal is for you to become the best you want to be in whatever career line you have chosen. So that's what that picture, okay, flying represents. All right. So I've explained this. We have a team of professionals here at our center that supports learners to achieve on the various courses that we offer. We've been in existence for quite a number of years, but became registered in 2017. I've been in the industry for close to 20 years now, managed a couple of colleges in London before relocating to Manchester, and then starting PVG Training Educational Consult Limited. And we support learners every year to achieve qualifications. Those who want to go to uni, they achieve their level 3 with us. Some decide to stay, do level 4, level 5 to management level. And we've just begun to have some of level 7 students with us to achieve vocationally up to equivalent of master's degree. We are registered with about 3 awarding bodies, ATHE, NCFE, Cash, and Open Awards. So we offer both regulated courses and non-regulated courses. And for those who may not know what I mean by that, regulated courses are courses delivered in partnership with awarding bodies. Awarding bodies are licensed by OFQUA to design courses and programs and issue certificates on completion. But training centers and colleges partner with awarding bodies to deliver the courses and programs, but they run the quality assurance at external level, while the colleges will run quality assurance at internal level. If they are satisfied, that's when they issue the certificate in the name of the awarding body with OFQUAL logo on it. If you have any certificate that does not show OFQUAL logo on it, it's not regulated, it's not acceptable, it's not recognized. So, but there are also non-regulated courses which every college or training centers, organizations are licensed to deliver, and we can issue the certificates in our own name. So we offer a lot of that as well. So our vision is to help you achieve, and specifically the level 5 diploma program. We partner with a couple of colleges to provide placement support. I call it partnership because your college delivers the program, okay? But we have been able for the past 2 years going plus to put a structure in place to be able to provide that placement support for yourselves. And the placement program is embedded in the level 5 DET program. It is a mandatory part of it. Okay, so I'm just introducing PVG training at the moment. Okay. Yeah. So I've mentioned our mission to support you, and we are very flexible. We offer a number of courses, but our strength is the fact that we provide effective support to our learners. One thing we pride ourselves in, we do not only succeed in getting learners onto a program. We focus so much on retention, and we want to ensure that the progression is achieved. And we have a high level of retention and progression rate at the moment. But when we talk of partnership with your college focuses on that. We just come in from the placement side of things. Okay. Now we offer health and social care courses, like I said, from preparing to work in adult care up to level 7 diploma. Business courses. Now we do not have so much of business students at the moment, but we offer a couple of courses on that. So those who might be interested in your area of specialism is in business, you can also do your placement with us. Those who have a background in health and social care, absolutely. And then employability skills, we offer functional skills as well. So this is business, accounting, and finance department team. So for now, we are working on getting accounting and finance students in. We have a sister company that's is called PVG Accounting, and they are able to provide a placement for our learners. Okay. Now, functional skills, you must be aware of that. It's a major requirement for any course or program you want to offer, you want to do, even if you want to go to uni. It's compulsory. We offer that as well, along with employability skills. Education and training, which is the program you are on now. Okay, we offer that at level 3 award, level 3 certificates. For now, we are having 1 or 2 of potential level 5 students who are interested in running the program directly with us. We've produced a couple of students in this area before. Okay, assessor course, we run it as well. Don't let me introduce that to you now. Along the line, if you specialize in working with adults, you will have to go for the assessor course as well. I advise students on the teaching program to not only major in becoming just a teacher, but also a focus on achieving the assessor qualification. But when it comes to vocational courses, it's best to be both a tutor and an assessor. Because if you just limit yourself to teaching, you're going to disadvantage yourself if you are going to be majoring in vocational line. Okay. So we offer internal quality assurance courses as well, up to level 4 award and certificate. Now, other courses which are non-regulated includes our mental health courses, care certificate, PMVA, various short courses that are just basic for you to take on, or for any candidate that wants to run courses with us. Okay, all the short courses are included here as well. I don't want to bore you with all of this, so we can discuss further and focus more on the placement program. Okay, so now this is introducing PVG training to you. Now, let me stop sharing. Okay, is that removed now?
Yeah.
Okay, lovely. Now, I assume that everyone on this program, you know all the basic requirements by the awarding body. Can I confirm that, please?
Yes, sir. I mean, one of the students will speak.
Sorry?
Yeah, one of the students wants to say. Maybe you can hear. Yeah.
Okay, please go ahead.
Hi, Simeon. Can you
Hi.
please tell us what is the requirements to?
No, but he's asking, are you aware about how many hours you have to
Yes, 100 hours.
Yes, what you
Yes, so I want to confirm if you are aware of the requirements for your program in relation to the placement.
100 hours
Okay. 100 hours of what?
teaching, including 8 hours observation.
Okay, good. So you are required to spend 100 hours in placement, not necessarily 100 hours of teaching. 100 hours of teaching will take you a whole year to achieve. Okay, so the observations, the 8 observations, is what is focused majorly on teaching. So you are required on paper to teach for at least 8 times, 8 sessions of teaching. Okay, minimum of it could be 1 hour 45 minutes, depending on the duration of the class. Okay, but you are required to be observed teaching for 8 hours. Now, in placement program, there are a lot of activities, tasks, and so on that's included in that. It's not only teaching. Okay. For example, for what we are doing now at this moment can actually be classed as a workshop because it's focused on your course. This can count as hours because we are sharing professional information. Okay, looking at what you need to do, requirements, standards, how to meet the standards required by the awarding body, what steps you need to take. All of these sessions goes into those hours. Imagine if you have to teach 100 for 100 hours. How long do you think that would take you? Just, I'm asking a question. How long do you think that would take you? 100 hours. And a class goes for maybe 1 hour, a session, or 2 hours. That will be 50 times of teaching. So I want to ask you, where do you think you're going to get an institution that will give you 50 hours of teaching when you are not yet qualified? Now, so that's the challenge we have. I'll be very honest with you. We discovered that there's a gap in this program, which the awarding body needs to address practically. While they have put the DET program in place to say You guys need to do 100 hours of placement and 8 hours of teaching, but you are required to spend those 100 hours in a college. But no awarding body has come out to say we have provided a route for you. Say, okay, if you approach this list of colleges, they will give you an opportunity because they recognize this program. So we discovered there's a problem there. A lot of colleges struggle to get their students into placement. And many students actually left to find out placement for yourself. But the doors of colleges are not readily open to take students in for 100 hours of placement. I hope I'm correct. I'm sorry you can't see my face. I wish you can. Because I gesticulate a lot when I'm teaching, when I'm talking. So now what we have put together, apart from the 100 hours of placement, you are required to have 8 observations. Now, 4 observations are required to come from your placement institution or college, and 4 from your college where you are taking the course itself. So we observe you 4 times teaching and provide 4 observations. With your teachers in your college, they are to observe you at least 4 times and provide the remaining 4 observations. So that is the structure on ground. Now, along with teaching, a lot of other activities you can do include attending standardization meetings, staff meetings, okay, workshop sessions. You can have a mentor that you are supporting, with teaching their students, or you join their class. You can be involved with marking or checking or assessing students' work, giving feedback. So many activities that I included that in the email I sent to Mr. Usmani, a list, an array of activities that falls under the placement programs and activities. And all of that goes into those hours. In fact, any training you attend, any staff meeting or standardization review sessions, supervisory sessions that you attend, as long as it has a direct input into your development as a training teacher, it goes into those placement hours. Do you understand what I'm saying? Yes. So
sorry to interrupt here if you allow me. Is it okay? Simon, can you hear me?
I can hear you very well.
Yeah. Sorry to interrupt you. If I ask one question, maybe just for the clarification, because they're also doing obviously first time.
Yeah.
So Simon, what I'm understanding, just for your knowledge, guys, listen, it's very important you to understand the structure they're explaining, because obviously if you go to register with them, then you need to follow what system they have in place. So basically, what Simeon is saying, that remember you have 100 hours of teaching practice to complete, and obviously you have 8 observations to be done, right, by the qualified observer. But Simeon is saying from BVG training provider, they offer 4 observations. It means you will be teaching, obviously the subject which that will be a later stage, which Simeon and their team will discuss with you if you register. Then you will be teaching, and they will be observing you for 4 hours, right? Correct, Simeon?
Yeah, first 4 teaching sessions.
Yeah, so over 4 teaching sessions, they will be observed, and it's 1 hour each. You remember every session should be 1 hour at least, and it goes till 8. Now, what Simeon is saying, 4 you will be doing with them, but 4 is still left. So, Simeon, we only offer 4, right?
Yes, and the 4 will be with the college. What's the name of your college?
Yeah, we are Walton International. But remember, Simeon, I also told you earlier that because you mentioned in the message as well that you can still do the 8 as well, right?
Yes.
Yes. So we will talk.
That as well.
Yeah. So I'm saying what they're saying, they will offer 4, but obviously they can offer 8 as well. But obviously the fee, registration, whatever the cost is, Simeon will discuss you a little bit later. The idea is if you're doing the placement with them, what Simeon is trying to tell you, when we say 100 hours of teaching practice, doesn't mean you're standing and teaching 100 hours. You all have to understand very clearly, because for example, me and Steve, we are teaching you. We don't teach you for many hours, 100, but the teaching involves a lot of planning, a lot of meetings, a lot of workshop, a lot of training. So this will be a combination, and that's called teacher. Teacher does not mean 100 hours of speaking. And I think that's what you all have to understand. Obviously, 8 hours is a requirement for observe, and the observation form, your all documents will be there. So, Simeon, one question that's very clear. So, for
Yeah.
example, if they register with you, with the
Okay.
BBG, and obviously, for example, some of the students say, no, we want to do 8 observations, for example. So, you will do 8 observation and obviously 100 hours, the way you structured it. So, Simeon, the question here is, like, what is the procedure, obviously, to register? And then I think the cost as well.
Okay.
Please.
I will go into that briefly
Please.
now. Um, part of let me just give a bit of more details.
Sure,
Okay.
sure, sure.
Now, some of the activities that you can be involved with that falls under the 100 hours, okay, include attending professional workshop sessions, you participate in micro teaching sessions, you observe qualified teachers, okay, teaching, you write reflective reports from your observation, okay. We have prevent training, which is mandatory actually for anyone in the teaching industry, okay, which you will complete. We will put those hours together under the 100 hours. You have a certificate that that will be issued to you once you complete that prevent training. Okay. We also put in place because what we try to establish is to put some flexibility in place for this program to make it easy or easier for our learners, those who join us for the placement program. If you have completed or you are on any CPD training program with certificates, okay, during your DET program or shortly before then, we can look into that and look at the relevance to your teacher training program, your development. There's what we call continuous professional development, okay? Whether it's in your career line, on your place of work, or at school, or in a professional seminar or workshop anywhere else, as long as it can contribute to your development as a teacher, we will take that into consideration and it will be part of the 100 hours. And that definitely cannot be refuted by any awarding body or by Ofsted, okay, because it's part of your CPD actually. So we will just need you to submit those certificates to us. What we do at PVG is every student that run placement with us, we create an e-folder for them, all the activities done, all the recording of your teaching sessions, your observation sessions, and micro teach sessions. We put all of that together in an e-folder, including whatever certificates you submit to us, assignments completed. It comes into your folder such that whenever any agency comes or awarding body or Ofsted, we have a folder to present as evidence that you've completed the placement program with us. Okay. But we will have to ensure that that works out perfectly. In achieving that, it's a partnership thing. If you don't complete the various tasks or assignment we give you, your folder will be empty. There won't be anything to show. Obviously, if you don't meet that, we cannot issue you the documents. Apart from the observation reports, there's the log sheet, which will show the 100 hours, activities, everything you've done. And there is also a letter from us confirming that you are registered and you've completed the placement program with us. Those are the three documents we will be giving you: the log sheet, the observation reports, depending on how many observations you sign up with us, and a letter of attendance and completion of the placement program. Apart from those key activities or tasks that you have to do, now there are other things that you can do. We're going to allow you to teach our students. You will be involved in planning lessons, creating lesson plan. By the way, we're going to be giving you some templates, like lesson plan templates, scheme of work. ILP will be giving you those templates, and you will need to complete them. Those are things you know which form part of the activities you have to do, but they go into your folder as well. We'll be teaching you about. Let me actually share this with you. Okay, so let me share a document with you, which will help give more understanding about this. I want to be as robust as possible. Sorry, Usman, I hope I'm not taking too much time.
No, Simeon, that's perfect. I think we still have a few, obviously, will, but I think the main thing, obviously, now we, like I said, we will do next Friday, right? Because we have
Yes.
more students as well. But I think the
Um,
main thing is, Simeon, one student is, I think because we are on the laptop, so maybe the
yes.
voice is not reaching. One of the student was asking question earlier on to me on the message as well,
Okay.
like when exactly, if they, for example, next Friday you're coming in, and if they register, obviously, how quickly they can start, because the plan is by end of March they have to complete. So are we in a position?
Okay. By the end of March, they have to complete.
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to
By
address.
maximum by first week of April, like that.
I'm going to address that shortly. So,
Please.
can you see the document I'm sharing with you?
Yes,
Yes.
we can see that.
Lovely. Okay. So now one of the key aspects of our placement is we run what we call professional workshop, where myself and a couple of other professionals, qualified teachers of wealth of experience. I mean, like Usmani and Mr. Steve is one of the tutors. Am I right?
Yes, that's right.
Yes. Nice to meet you, sir. Okay.
The pleasure.
I could easily pick that. Okay. I doff my hat, sir.
You can see this clearly.
Okay. So
The pleasure.
we run these sessions, and specifically, we chose about 10 different things to focus on. Normally, and I'll be very honest with you, normally our placement programs runs from 3 to 6 months. 3 months is like the fast track, 6 months, the normal. If you're going to cover 100 hours, you'll appreciate with me, because you are not going to be in class every day of the week, by the way. Max 2 days, because you'll be in college as well, 2 or 3 days. Am I right?
No, they're just coming for 2 days here, Friday and
2 days.
Saturday. Yeah,
Okay.
even Simeon, even by end of April, if we can complete from now, I
Yes,
think we can still manage. Yeah.
we will achieve that. I can promise you that. We've run fast track of 4 to 6 weeks before. Fastest track, I would call that, okay, of 4 to 6 weeks. So we will have to put a structure together to tailor it to meet your need, especially for this group, because they have to finish latest first week of April. So we're going to design that and make sure it works. Um, Now, how that will work, though, will depend on the flexibility we're able to agree in regards to this. Within the few weeks we have now, this is 28th of January, it's not possible to complete 100 hours with all the activities and tasks that goes into it. So we will have to agree on accommodating some flexibility. Okay. While we still achieve the goals, make sure we complete as many tasks as possible. Um, then we're going to have to see that we build up the 100 hours to make sure that that is achieved. Now, some of the topics we cover for our professional workshop sessions, we design these to be able to take students while you are learning in class at a college. We want to, when you come to PVG training, we are taking you, because we're in placement, we are treating you as being on the field where you show your practicals. And we want to teach you the things you are going to be to experience as a teacher. So we have an activity called the Dragon's Den. Okay, the Dragon's Den is where on the spot we pick you. Can you teach a class for 5 or 10 minutes? I will give you 2, 3 minutes, plan your delivery. Let's see whether you actually have the skills, qualities, and attributes of a teacher, of a tutor. Okay, we run that, and then we look at the quality, skills, and attributes of a teacher. We also look at how to know your program and course delivery. I have come across students that are on a program, on DET program, and they don't even know what a course specification is, even though they have been given. They cannot put their finger on this document is my course specification. A course specification is also the curriculum for that course, but it's often called course specification under vocational courses. In the academic sector, it's called curriculum, but some of them don't even know it. And then how are you going to translate your curriculum into scheme of work, and your scheme of work into lesson plan, which is the day-to-day document you are going to need to deliver teaching? Now, I've gone through a number of observations by Ofsted. Now, an Ofsted inspector will want to have your lesson plan on their table when they sit in your class and they're observing you. I'm telling you, if you give me your lesson plan, I can tell you how that class will go that day, because your lesson plan is the journey for that class from beginning to end. So we'll take you through all of that, how to translate this. Information, advice, and guidance is the bedrock of education. If you pick a candidate from beginning, you help them chart their learner journey for the next 2, 3, or 5 years. Information, advice, and guidance helps you to lay a good foundation for that if they're going to succeed. Classroom management, you cannot escape it. If you're going to be a teacher, you'll be dealing with human beings every day, whether they're children or young people or adults. How do you manage your class? The management of your class determines the success of your teaching. If you cannot, then there will be problem. Okay, your teaching strategies goes in line with classroom management, goes in line with what we call differentiation. Differentiation is we're looking at inclusion versus exclusion. In the classroom of 10, 20 people, you will have different students. Some English is not their first language. Some are SEND students, special educational needs students. Some have some form of disability. Some are autistic. How do you manage all of this? And no student is excluded. Now, we are looking at differentiation. And this goes with your teaching strategies. If you don't have an understanding of your students in class and the differences or differentiation, how are you going to tailor your teaching strategy to meet the need of every student and you are not excluding any? We're looking at all of that. Now, we just added one of your units, unit 4. Which awarding body are you with, by the way? Let me.
Simon, we are with OTHM. So maybe the unit
OTHM,
numbers will
okay.
be different because I think 4 is in the
Yeah,
Pearson. So
yeah, 4 is Pearson. Yeah. So the number may be different.
I will be sharing you the unit specifications anyway.
Oh,
I'll be
lovely.
sending you the full unit specification handbook because
Okay.
obviously students will sign up. Then I think you also know. So
Yeah, thank you so much. That's great. So what we'll do, there's a unit that teaches that focuses on issues of standardization, quality assurance, and management process. So last year, we were able to put a number of documents together to support our learners, and also include a workshop session to guide them through that. Okay, it's like the extra bit that we added to it. Okay, so
I mean, sorry, they're learning that module now, the wider professional practices module.
oh wow,
That's
that's
unit 4 in
interesting.
Pearson, so we have a different number here. Yeah, but it's wider professional.
That's very interesting. Okay, so and then the prevent training, which I will send you the link and you just complete that. Okay, and then print out the certificate and send a copy to us so we can include it in your folder. CPD, continuous professional development. I discovered a lot of professionals don't even have their CPD in place. It's a document which we can share a template with you, and every professional training or workshop or sessions or even researches that you carry out on your own but contribute to your professional development goes in there. In fact, I know a lot of top organizations that no longer rely on CV, but they focus more on CPD for job interview. If your CPD, so CPD will sell you and tell us your journey for the last 5 years, and we can know exactly who you are, what kind of professional are you, where are you coming from, what you have learned, you have experienced, and then we can make up our mind whether you are the kind of person we want or not. Normally, um, at the start of every group, we run an induction, proper induction session. And these are some of the things that I share at induction that I'm sharing with you now. So these are some of the topics we've put together. We use very relevant, useful videos and make our classes very interactive. You can't be in my class and not participate. So I often, you know, says my students should show their faces so we can just participate and engage. All right, so let me stop sharing this. Okay, now when you sign up with us, we will send you an email detailing the program. We will also attach a registration form along with it. For those who join us, I mentioned before that because you guys are finishing in, let's say, end of March, sincerely,
April, yeah.
so that we set a target that by first week of April, latest, all your documents should be ready and sent to you. We send it in a folder, everything together. The letter showing that you've run placement with us, we accepted on the placement program, the log sheet showing the 100 hours and detailing every activity with dates, okay? And then the number of observations. If you run 4 observations with us, it will be there. If you decide to do 8 observations with us, all of that will be in a folder, a zip folder that we will send to you. And there are some of the documents that you need to sign. The observations you need to put your feedback and sign and then return to us as well. Okay. Now, with your group, we will have to put in place an 8 weeks program. Okay, that's the best we can accommodate at the moment, which will both benefit yourself and ourselves. So because we need good time to sort out all the documentation as well. Now, you are recording, aren't you, sir?
Yes, Simeon.
Okay, lovely. So now I'll a part of the discussion I will hold on at the moment, maybe
Okay.
when we see face to face. Now, if you are running 4 observations with us, the fee for the placement is 250.
250 pound, right?
Yes, please. Now, normally, if you're going to run 8 observations with us, it should be 500 pounds. But Mr. Usmani was able to achieve with myself for us to do a reduction. The lowest reduction we give is 50 pounds of that. But for the first class, this group only, we are doing a special discount of 400 pounds for anyone who wants to do 8 observations with us.
Thank you.
Okay. So now a lot of flexibility will be in place to achieve this within 8 weeks. I'm a realist. I like being very, very frank. There is no way you can complete all of the activities we have put together within 8 weeks. What the structure we have is we have 1 day for professional workshop, and we want to cover as many of those topics as much as possible. Sir, ma, I believe in making a difference. The teaching profession is there to make a difference. If you attend placement with us and you cannot put your hand on, I gained this, I learned this, I experienced this change, my rising becomes bigger, I could understand this. Apart from what you learn in class with Mr. Usmani and Steve and others, we want to add something different to you here. The things that you will be making use of as long as you are a teacher.
Sorry, Simeon, just to interrupt here, I'm really sorry to interruption.
That's okay.
I think, Simeon, in this group of students who will join you next week, there are a lot
Yeah.
of students actually who started the course not in May, it started in July. So maybe
Okay.
possible they'll get time till end of April or May first week as well. I'll give you the name of the student as well. I
Okay.
think then because some of the group you have to do the 8-week plan, and some of you can do for 12 weeks plan as well. So this way
Yes.
at least you have more time. I'll share the details with you all this.
Okay, that's perfect. Yeah. So we will hold the workshop session once every week for those 8 weeks. You will need to participate in the micro teach. A micro teach is where, like in this class now, so it's your turn to teach your classmates, your colleagues. That's a micro teach. It takes place within. We run that. We also count it as part of the observation. We will observe you. You will get feedback from your colleagues. Okay, what went well, what you did well, what you need to improve on, and you get feedback from us live, okay, face to face. And then we will also that will go as part of your observations. So then we will request that you please attend one of our classes taught by myself or some of my colleagues and observe them teach. So you're observing a professional teaching, and then you will write what we call reflective account, a report on your observation. What did you learn? What did you gain from observing that teacher teach? What do you think went well? How did they manage their classroom well? What were their teaching styles? How did it work? And all of that. Okay, so we're positioning you as a professional looking at another professional, okay, learning from them, but also acquiring the ability or skill to say, I think this needs improvement, I think this works well. Now, such an experience, you can never forget it because it helps you to become a better professional. And then you put a brief report together of your experience with that observation. So those are the key requirements. Plus, we'll create an opportunity for you to teach, okay, our class. Your subject specialism, you will have to include it in the registration form, but we run on 4 major areas. 1, business, health and social care, functional skills, employability skills. If you have any area of specialism different from that, let us know. We will tailor that, okay? So we prepare our students, even if your area of specialism is different, as long as it's going to add to their wealth of knowledge, we accommodate that. We've accommodated a student on design before, whose area of specialism was design. Was it tailoring or design or something like that? Okay, we were able to tailor it to meet their need. So that's it for now. Is there another thing I've not touched on?
I think that's a very, very good
Any
coverage. I
question?
think, yeah, I think very good cover. I think one of questions, Simin.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, first of all, for all this clarification. I think it's very much comprehensive. I can comment on it. I think it's brilliant. I think the work you guys doing at the BV training, so well done to all of you, and I think it will be really helpful for all of us as well. Simin, one question from one student here. I think that will be the only one question. She's asking these classes which we'll be doing on placement. So it will be online, and plus sometimes they will be teaching in person as well. Like how the structure will work.
So we run blended form of learning. Like a couple of other colleges we partner with, I come on ground and run some sessions with the students, and we run the remaining online.
Perfect.
And I think what goes on now in education sector, university to whatever level, is blended form of learning.
Absolutely.
So that's what we do. So I will be discussing with Mr. Usmani. I will work that out.
Yeah. Based in Manchester. Simin, they're saying you are based in Manchester, but you have a London office as well. So they're here.
Yes. Yes. And there are times I actually come on ground often.
No.
And then we have a couple of partners in London that we work with. So there's a college that we actually use their building, and they offer the building to us, so that their students don't travel too far. They just provide that. We meet there, run our sessions, and then we run the remaining online. So it depends on whatever we're able to work out.
Which is good.
We are very flexible when it comes to this. Yeah.
That's very good.
But the center of everything, we want to ensure that we make it easy for you. Now, let me say this, Usmani. For those of us who work with adult learners, we know their lifestyle. I've been working with adult learners for close to 20 years.
That's
the major problem an adult learner has is time.
Time management, yes. So that's why you're flexible.
I can see, what's your name, love? You're smiling. I can see you smiling.
Yeah.
You asked me a question. What's your name?
Nita, yeah.
Rita. Okay, Rita, yeah. Okay. So the best adult students are those in this classroom now, because your mind, everything is here 100%. In fact, you cannot even guarantee that, because some might be on the phone and checking whether the manager has sent in some shift, okay? Whether they've given you some shift, and you are sending a text message. When am I getting the next shift? Come on, and all of that.
Yeah,
that's right.
Now, but at least you have them in class, and they're giving you attention. But the moment you step out of that classroom, you know the 1001 things that are ready to get your attention, isn't it?
Yeah, that's true.
So
that's true.
because you want to take care of your spouse, your children,
Mm.
work and all of that, everything is there.
That's true.
The bills
And
has to be paid.
the bill
Yeah.
has to be paid, and the
Yeah.
assignments are there as well. Okay,
Yeah.
so we try to take that into consideration in fairness to see how do we make sure that we meet the standards and the requirements, and then how do we put some degree of flexibility in place to make it a bit easier for our learners to achieve.
Well, that's a very good point.
So
Thank you, Simon,
that's
for
the
this.
structure we put in place. Yeah.
I think it's brilliant. I think it's quite clear. And good thing is obviously we are here. Steve is here. I think next Friday you'll come and you'll see more students as well. But I think it's a brilliant approach you have. I think I quite appreciate the structure you have in place. So at least
Thank
it's
you
very
so
clear,
much.
like what exactly students are doing in their placement. And I
Yeah.
think thank you so much for clarification. So Simeon, what we will take it, the reforms are with me, the one you shared with me.
Yeah.
I'll talk to the students maybe after this session. And then
Okay.
obviously you mentioned the finances. I'll talk to them as well. Hopefully, the majority of the students will register and sign up with you. And then
Okay.
I think by next Friday, when you come in, we will address again. And I think my plan is when you come next Friday, on the following Monday, students need to start signing up with you because then otherwise time will be a challenge.
Yes, I know.
So
So
that's perfectly fine.
let's set the target that we will
Yeah.
start first week of February
Yes, that's
and run
correct. That's the target. Yes.
yeah, and run till the end of March, and make
Absolutely.
sure
End of
that
March
all
or
the
for some students
documents.
by end of April. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So we'll have that
Perfect.
flexibility in place. Thank you
No
so
problem.
much.
No
Okay.
problem. Thank you, Simeon. Thank you.
Thank
from
you
the
very
students as
much,
well.
Thank you
Simeon.
very much.
Thank you, Steve. Thank you,
And I'll keep
everyone.
touch with
Rita, everyone. Sorry,
Yeah.
I'm going to meet you face to face. I'll work towards that next week to be on ground. Okay,
Okay.
and I can meet everyone. But thank
Sure.
you so much for
Okay.
attending.
Looking forward to seeing you.
Sure.
Yeah?
Thank you,
Yes,
Simeon. Thank
thank
you
you.
so much for that. Thank you. And
All
I'll
right.
touch with you.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye bye for now. Bye.
Yes. Yes.
That's fine. DET, please. About 99%.